Hey, here we go again. Secret Lair. Welcome back, guys. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclyde's MTG, and today we have the bunch of Secret Lair drops them going down and around. Um, these things don't get views, but I need content, and you never know. Someone might actually look at one of these once or twice. So let's go through all the Secret Lair drops that we got coming up. We'll start with, you guessed it if you can't see it on the line already, Secret Lair Stranger Things. So we have a clue token. You can see there's a clue on the board here. Typical clue token. So next here we have Will the Wise, black and a white for a 1/2, enters the battlefield or leaves. Each opponent may investigate. Each opponent who doesn't loses a life, and you may investigate X times, where X is 1 plus the number of opponents who investigated this turn. And it has friends forever, which is basically just partner, which means you can have two commanders. So, yeah, stuff. Anyway, next here we have the Mind Flayer, the Shadow. 9/9 for 7. That's actually pretty good for a legendary creature horror. Uh, it says the Shadow isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. That's awkward. Okay. At the beginning of each end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them. You may cast the permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana as though it mana of any color. So this is going to be busted as heck, and if they reprint this into some form of standard set, this is going to be awful. Um, because there's too many ways to cheat this into the field. So yeah, this is going to be a thing. So far, we're on a commander theme, looks like. As if friends forever. Didn't tell you that. So next we have Mike, the Dungeon Master. So for green, white, and 1, get a 2/2. For 2 and tapping him, choose target creature card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn and return it to the battlefield tapped. That is dumb powerful. As long as he lives, obviously. So, not too shabby, I guess. Also, we have Max, the Daredevil. Red, green, and colorless for a 3/2 with haste. It also has Friends Forever. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate. Eh. I do gotta admit, this new little thing they got on here, yeah, whatever. At least it'll help you tell apart the secret layers from everything else. We have Lucas the Sharpshooter, blue and a red. For 1/3, sacrifice an artifact. Lucas the Sharpshooter does 1 damage to target creature. Goad that creature. If you don't familiar what goad does, it's until your next turn that creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you. Once again, friends forever. So we have Evelyn the Mage, friends forever. Anyway, sorry, I can't help myself. Red, black, blue, and a colorless for a 3/5. Maximum hand size is 11. 11? Alright, whatever. Whenever 11, the mage attacks, you draw a card and lose a life. Then if you have 11 or more cards in your hand, you may cast an instant sorcery spell without paying their mana cost. Oh, that's kind of busted. Next we have Dustin, Gadget Genius. Blue, white, 2 colorless for 2/3. Friends forever. Anyway, tap, add 2 colorless, spend this mana only to cast artifact spells and or activate artifact abilities. We have Chief Jim Hopper. White, red, 2 for a 4/4. Menace. When he attacks, investigate once for each non-token attacking creature. Friends forever. Quite powerful. Not gonna lie. However, once again in Magic, this is not my jam. Some of these cards could be printed in, set boosters on the list with different pictures or in sets. But none of the ones that say Friends Forever will, so I don't think we're going to see a lot of these cards get printed. At least not into standard, except maybe this thing. And if this thing ever gets printed into standard, oh god, the horror. Get it? Horror. Anyway, so moving right along, next here we have Secret Lair, Mirrodin Insanity. So these are all the artifact lands from Mirrodin, except just ugly. I'm sorry. Uh, they're kind of cool. They're all, they remind me of like 8-bit gaming. So that's kind of cool. I do like that fact. However, yeah, a bit much. And of course, you have the artifact lands, one for every color. Um, yeah, not really my jam, but you do you. So moving right along, here we have Secret Lair, Monster Anatomy 101. So we have the Sun's Avatar, white, green, red, and 5. You remember what this does? It's 7/6, Vigilance, Ample Traced. Ample Traced? What? Anyway, Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Uh, Whenever the sun's avatar deals combat damage to the player, reveal that many cards top your deck, put dinosaur from among them onto the battlefield, back to the bottom library, random order. It kind of gives you the idea here of, what all the parts are. Fleet Swallower, 2 blue and 5 for a 6/6. Whenever it attacks, target player mills half their library, rounded up. Ooh, good lord. So that's okay. Goblin Trashmaster, so 2 red 2 for a 3/3. Other goblins get +1/+1. Sacrifice a goblin, destroy target artifact. Not terrible. Interesting choice. The Raise Boar. This thing's been printed so much it's ridiculous. 2 red and 3 for a 6/6. Obviously, if you don't know what this thing does, it tramples, and whenever it attacks, you reveal. You can put a creature from your hand on the battlefield, tap and attacking. Return to your hand at the end of the next end step. The board dies. It goes in your library. Third from the top if you like. Good old Protean Hulk's back. 2 green and 5 for 7 mana, 6/6. And whenever it dies, search for a creature. Total mana value 6 or less. Put it onto the battlefield. Giggity. See, there's a little guy you put on the battlefield. Anyway, not real fond of this one either. The pictures are a lot better than the previous one, obviously. But yeah, this one's not really my jam either, because these are not, I don't think, worth a whole lot of money in my opinion. But again, it's Secret Lair. You do you. Now we're talking Secret Lair Monster Movie Marathon. Now, as far as the cards, I'm not so hot with, but I gotta admit they're cool as hell. Like, I mean, come on. Beast Within, green 2, instant. His controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token, and you destroy target permanent. Like, this is cool. I can get down with this. Blasphemous Act. I mean, obviously it's a red mate. Deals 13 damage to each creature. Sorcery. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature. This is just phenomenal art. Good old Dismember. It had 2 Phyrexian mana and 1. That's pretty cool how they did that. Shows it as an instant. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Dun dun dun. So, and then over here, obviously we have the Grafdigger's Cage. Creature cards and graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. 1 for an artifact. Grafdigger's Cage. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. So I'm really down with this. These are really cool. Now, with that said, the only ones I'd probably ever use is the Cage, and I've been known to use a Dismember every now and then. Not real big on Blasphemous Act. Not been real big on Beast Within either. But this is the kind of theme I can get behind. Especially around, creature feature time on good old Halloween. However, the problem with this is you're going to order this, and you'll be lucky to get it by next Halloween. Just saying. But with that said, this would definitely be my jam. Now, also with that said, I'm not doing any values on this one, guys. We're just going to go through it and talk about it. But this looks like a very low value set because none of these things are expensive. This is like $5 here if you bought the regular cards. So they're probably going to charge you $19.99 or $29.99. So, paying a lot for that extra art. It is cool, not going to lie. So moving up again, we have Read the Fine Print, Secret Lair, which basically means Liliana gets jacked because she doesn't read the fine print. So it's all the demon lords, elder demons, whatever you want to call them, that gave Liliana the pact. We have the demon lord Belzlock, elder demon, flying, trample, 6/6 for 6. Enters the battlefield, exile card, stop your leg until you choose an on-land card, then put that card in your hand. If that card's mana cost is 4 or greater, repeat the process. Deals 1 damage to you for each card that way. This is a reprint, obviously. Grizzlebrand, another reprint. 8 mana for a 7/7 with flying, lifelink. Pay 7, draw 7. I mean, it's okay, but I'm really not down with this art too much. I like the other Grizzlebrand art better, I think. I like the art style. I just don't like his faces. I don't like his face. But anyway. And then we have the Soul Herder here. He doesn't look too bad. 6 mana again for 6/6 flying. Whenever permanent owned by another player is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life. And then we have Wrathcast the Foul-Blooded. 8 mana, 8/8 flying, trample. So he has Flample, everybody. Obviously, you pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, search library for a card, put it into your hand. And of course, there's Liliana's Contract. It shows all the demons for 5 mana where enters the battlefield, you draw 4 cards, lose 4 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. Dun dun dun. So this is really kind of a cool as a theme, but like this one's just not. I'm just not digging it. That's just me though. So we'll go up again. So here's a real interesting one. This is Secret Lair Midnight Hunt. So they did a bunch of reprints in Midnight Hunt fashion. We have the Alchemist Refuge. If you remember this thing, add a colorless as a land for blue green. You can cast a spell this turn. Those had flash, so not the greatest. Good old Gavity Township. If you don't remember what that does, it taps for colorless for a white, green, and 2. You put a +1/+1 counter on all your creatures. Often known as one of the cards in most token decks or wide strategy decks because it pumps all the creatures. And I can really get behind this. Like these pictures, I love these pictures. I could just, this is my jam right here. We have the Slayer Stronghold for all you Titan players out there. Once again, colorless, red, white. Creature gets +2/+0, vigilance and haste on their turn. Kessick Wolf Run. That is really weird art. But anyway, again, green, red, and X. Creature gets +X/+0 and trample. Grim Backwoods. Green, black, and 2. Sacrifice creature, draw a card. We have Stesnia Bloodhall. So red, black, and 3. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player. We have the good old Desolate Lighthouse. Draw a card, discard a card for a blue and a red. We have Nephilim Drownyard. Target player mills 3 cards for 3 mana, black, blue, and colorless. We have the Vault of the Archangel. Black, white, and 2. Creature you control gain death touch and life link on their turn. And finally, Moorland Haunt. Seen a lot of modern play over there for a little bit, making little 1/1 spuds. So blue, white, exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 spud. It flies. It's a spirit. So if you're kind of wondering where these came from, notice it says Midnight Hunt. No, these cards are not a Midnight Hunt, but what they are in is Old Innistrad. This was one of the original land cycles for Innistrad. Most of these cards, if not all of them, I don't remember exactly. I don't think Slayer Stronghold was in Innistrad. But regardless, most of these cards are all Stronghold card. I'm sorry, Stronghold. Damn you. Um, Most of these cards are from the Innistrad blocks. So they did a reprinting of them in the new Innistrad fashion, which is pretty cool. Um, some of these cards I like because I would play them. Some of them I don't because I don't think I would. But all in all, this art's fantastic. Not a real big fan of these two. This one is phenomenal. This one's okay. Even these I don't like as much. I still think are great. Gavity Township, Slayer Stronghold, Desolate Lighthouse are just bombs. I love them. The Moorland Haunt's also very sweet, so kudos for that. And finally, we are into Thrilling Tales of the Undead. That's right, so this Secret Lair drop is only 3 cards. It has Rise of the Dark Realms, 2 black and 7. Lock your doors, they're coming home. Love it. Sorcery, put all creature cards from all graveyards on the battlefield under your control. Very popular commander cards, pretty cool. I do like how this side border here is the door. It's Liliana in there, it's just great. Death is no excuse for disobedience. Liliana, Death's Magistry, so 2 black and 3. Create a zombie, mill 2 cards, destroy all non-zombies, return creature cards, yada yada. Decent reprint. I do like how they did Liliana up here in the old-fashioned horror movie stuff. Really cool. Um, Gravecrawler, she'll get revenge or die trying. This is wrong on so many levels. A black for the 2/1 Gravecrawler that you may cast from your graveyard as long as you have a zombie in play. Very popular card here lately, so probably why we're seeing a reprint. Although I don't, I mean, I guess Liliana shouldn't be in this picture because she's not the Gravecrawler, but yeah. So I can kind of get down with this. I like that old theme stuff. But again, maybe I'll do a value thing later if you guys really want to. Put down in the comment sections you'd like me to compare these cards' values versus how much the Secret Lair drop really cost. I can do that for you if you're curious, especially if you have a couple you want me to look at in particular. I like the cards. I don't think I'd buy them because I don't think they're going to be worth that much. I mean, they're going to be worth something because if they're $20 for the Secret Lair, then obviously 20 divided by 3 is going to be how much they're going to cost. Yada, 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 yada. But anyway, point being, not a whole lot here. I mean, it's going to take a lot. And I mean, a lot for me to buy Secret Lair. I'm just not digging it. I know people are buying it and making money on it and they're flipping them or whatever, but I just don't see it being sustainable. It's kind of like the whole thing Rudy did where he put that one card out for $1,000. That's basically what Secret Lair is. It's print to demand. So That's just my jam, which this ain't my jam. I mean, the cards are my jam, but Secret Lair is not my jam. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to go over a new mono black deck tech and show you some gameplay footage of how it's been playing out. It's been doing all right. It's about 50-50. There's probably some things you could change in it, but we'll get into that in a later game. As always, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget, I have a box of Double Masters up for grab, 500 bucks. Get a hold of me in the description. There's a link to the eBay store and my email where you can hit my email up if you'd like that box for $500. We'll see if we can work something out, open it up on the channel, and I'll send it to you with free shipping and tracking. So, with all that said, until next time, remember to be kind. This is your captain speaking, and let's magic up, boys.